Japan's economy is still growing, but probably not at the pace Prime Minister Shinzo Abe would like. Q4 GDP numbers showed a fourth straight quarter of expansion, but missed analyst estimates. Growth in private consumption and capital spending, the two biggest economic engines, came in lower than expected, a worrying sign ahead of a planned tax hike in April. Exports are sluggish, and strong imports are more a sign of expensive energy supplies than buying activity. I asked Yoshito Sakakibara, economist at JP Morgan Asset Management, what the data meant for Japan's outlook.
Some people pointed out that external demand was weaker than estimates, but it wasn't just external demand. Consumption, capital spending, public investment, in almost all sectors, I get the impression the numbers came in weaker than expected. There was a sense that last-minute demand before the sales tax hike would boost consumption from around the end of last year. But if you look at the actual data, so far, the impact wasn't as positive as I thought.
What do these numbers mean for the Bank of Japan's policy outlook?
It's true that the numbers were a bit disappointing, but I don't think that's going to directly translate into any immediate policy action. A last-minute pickup in consumer activity before the sales tax hike is almost certain, and I think that policymakers would rather wait and see the impact of that.
What's going to happen to Japan's GDP before and after the sales tax hike in April?
The thing on everyone's mind is that there will be some kind of backlash, and the central bank and policymakers are aware of that. However, if the economy really slows, and if policymakers give market players the impression that they're going to remain idle and tolerate whatever situation comes, that's going to raise doubts about how serious they are about escaping deflation. Abenomics in particular is a group of policies that work on expectations, so the data in the April-June period could be equally important, even though the numbers are expected to show a drop. If they undermine people's hopes, that could be extremely damaging. Also, Abe wants to decide on a possible second sales tax hike in October 2015, this year. Under those circumstances, the GDP reading for Q3 will be extremely important, making the market environment in the second quarter extremely important as well.